So, what's next? iOS 6?
iOS 6.
New features.
Yeah, they previewed iOS 6 yesterday. It's not going to come out until the fall, though, which always kind of sucks, but it gives you that time to build up and get excited about it. There's a few things that I like, a few things that I don't. I don't know what you guys think about it, but I was super happy how they said they were going to have turn-by-turn navigation.
Yes.
They dropped Google Maps officially.
Yes.
They're working with TomTom now and a few other companies that they bought. And so they have turn-by-turn navigation, but it's limited to, and they say iPad 2 or greater, or if you have an iPhone 4S. So everyone that has an iPhone 4 like me or lower is left out of the cold. We're still on Waze.
That sucks because like iPhone 4 could totally handle it.
Yeah.
There's no reason why it can't.
Yeah.
You know, my old I forget which Android device, Eris.
Oh man.
Phone that could do turn by turn.
Yeah. See, that was one of the things that I'm kind of disappointed about the new features on the Mac software. That all of these features were already on Android since like version 1.
Yeah.
I mean, they might have been like crappy looking graphics and stuff, but they were there. You know, like I remember doing turn by turn on my G1 with like Android 1.0 or something.
Yeah. That's very true. Like even with the notifications. Like when you guys had notifications and I'm like, oh, I wish I had notifications, but then it finally came out, you know, after you guys have had it since the beginning. So Apple tends to do that.
Apple, a lot of times what they do is they take something that's already in existence, but they make it look 10 times better. Yeah. And they make it 10 times easier.
Integrate it super, you know, it fits perfectly with their current operating system.
They refined it to what they're going to be using it for, like specifically in the way that it works with the iPhone or whatever.
Yeah, they have like a very specific purpose. Like this is what this does, and that's it. Like
I was thinking about it when I saw the presentation. I forget who was doing it, but when they showed the new maps and how it showed you can do 3D view. Yeah. All right. Well, Android and Google Maps has been able to do that for a long time, where you can see the buildings. It was vector based, and you can zoom in and out. That's nothing new, right? I think what they did, they always add something like a little bit special, right? Yeah. When you put in a 3D mode, that by default it goes into like where it flies around. Yeah. And it pans around, so it's just like one small thing like that.
It's like completely unnecessary. Yeah. Nobody is flying over the city like that. Nobody drives that way, you know, unless you're in a helicopter or something. So it's just that wow factor.
Yeah, just one cool thing is enough.
Yeah. It wouldn't be an Apple product or service without that, I think.
One thing that I've noticed that eventually when they get it all, you know, worked out correctly and all that, all the GPS companies are going to be out of business.
That's what they're saying, the
Garmin or the whatever other ones are called. You know, people are not going to be buying portable GPS.
They're going to be reduced to those specialty like hikers and like those types of outdoors people that really need the awesome performing ones because they're going so deep into like the jungle or the woods. Yeah. Whereas like the normal, weekend hikers, like I have my phone. Yeah. It's cool, you know, and that's it.
Based on what you're saying, Jose, I guess it's safe to say that TomTom made a good
choice.
Move.
Yeah. Whoever initiated that contract, which is probably Apple. You know, so I'm surprised they didn't get Garmin.
I loved my Garmin before.
I would choose Garmin over TomTom.
I had a TomTom, so
you had TomTom?
You got me a TomTom. You know, it was okay. TomTom was more friendly. Like,
I guess
it tried to have that more playful sort of, I think, approach to it, whereas Garmin was like really serious.
I would choose the Garmin over the TomTom.
Yeah, they had better navigation though when it came down to it.
I still have one that I haven't used in a long time.
So traffic, it has that. We have Android has that turn by turn. Of course, we've had that.
Yeah, you guys have all that.
They don't have Street View though.
Yes, no Street View.
How useful is Street View?
You know, I like it when on my phone, you know, like I usually put it on the cup holder because I don't have a thing to mount it. And then it kind of resonates when it's talking, you know, turn left, turn right.
It's like a little speaker.
And then when you arrive, it pops up the street view of where you're going to.
Street View is one of my favorite features on the Maps desktop, like online. I can only imagine how helpful it is when you're driving.
I'm pulling up to the destination and it says, your destination is on the right. And bam, it puts the picture up. Yeah. And it's Street View right there on the phone. So that would be super cool if you can do that on the iPhone too.
Isn't that like so useful though? Yeah. Imagine like sometimes you're going to a place that where you don't know
you've never been there
what's
before.
nearby. Yeah. But then you pull it up, shows it in Street View, and it says like, oh, here it is, and you see let's say you see a Starbucks, you see a Subway, you're like, oh, it's right in between the Subway and the Starbucks.
One thing
and you're like, oh,
that I didn't even think about until right now is, I remember when we were in San Francisco and we were utilizing the transit schedule on maps.
Yeah.
Will this have like walking directions and the bus schedule and stuff like that? I just thought about that right now, and that scares me a lot because that is a very useful feature.
So you mean you won't have that anymore?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
Well, you won't, because you won't have Google Maps anymore
to provide that for me.
Yes.
I almost want to keep both. That's not going to be cool. You know how scary
you have to keep me around.
Throughout the day that I was reading just random websites about the details, it did say that it didn't have transit or
I just
or
thought
any
about
of those
that.
type of things.
Walking directions are so important, especially if you live in the city or you're visiting a city.
Well, I guess you can just ask Siri.
I don't have Siri. I have an iPhone 4.
Well, she can tell you sports scores. And
on my iPad. Yeah, Siri can now do sports, give you movies, launch apps, and they partnered with Yelp and OpenTable to do restaurants, but that's about it for the Siri update.
I lost my way on Flipboard.
Another big thing, they integrated iOS with Facebook.
So what do you think about that? You guys are Facebook haters or what?
I don't use Facebook anymore.
I'm not that big of a Facebook
I still
user.
have it there, but it's just collecting dust.
Yeah. Well, just saying that it's just like how they integrated Twitter. You can share a photo from your gallery. You can send stuff directly to Twitter. It's just the same. You can send something directly to Facebook, share a photo from your gallery. All your contacts in your calendar will be merged. I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, I don't like that.
What's the thing that you want to share from your iOS device, from your mobile, from your iPhone, that you can't currently share with Facebook, or that takes a couple steps to do?
Like photos. Like, say I take a photo and then I process it. Well, I guess if you process it through Instagram, you can send it directly to Facebook, but I don't have that set up because I don't typically share those things.
See, it's funny to me because I use an Android device, and I'm just used to being like, here's a photo, share to Facebook. Like, it just made me realize that, man, iPhone users, man, you guys have been suffering for a while. What frustrates me,
I think, the most is I'll open up an email message, and I'll be typing an email out to my brother or something, and I want to send him a photo, like, oh, my newest high score. I screen capped the game that we always play against each other. And I'm like, oh, I wrote out the whole email. There's no option for me to open up and put a photo in there from the email, compose. I have to go to the gallery and then choose email photo from there, and it's really backwards. Like, I don't know. That's really frustrating for me.
I've noticed that about like iPhone is that you don't realize what you're missing out on really because everything else works well.
Attach file.
See, I don't have
you can
that
attach
option.
file. Or on Facebook, I guess if you wanted to send a photo, you'd have to go into Facebook and then attach it from the gallery from there. You can't be like browsing through photos like, oh, let me post this.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
Let's see. So I'm gonna compose. I'm gonna just try it. Maybe it's been gone. See, well, let's see.
So what else?
Tap.
What else did they have in iOS 6? I guess there's a lot of
Why
stuff.
can't I do quote levels but not insert a photo?
I don't know. You can use you can do emoticons.
Yeah.
Let's see.
What else do we have?
Very quickly, shared photo streams. I don't really know what that is and why that's useful to me.
Passbook.
Passbook is kind of cool. What is that?
It is
It collects your information for like your flight boarding pass or like
frequent buyer cards, like
at the market,
credit cards,
things like that.
Yeah.
So instead of having to carry around the little tag thing,
you just open that.
So instead of having a bunch of like different
instead of having your
cards?
key ring full of those cards, you can have it in your phone.
Okay. Virtual.
That's cool.
Plus, like, flight info and stuff, which is kind of interesting. And they say it's time and location based. So they say, oh, if your flight changes and it's in there, it lets you know. And if you're boarding at the wrong gate, it'll say you're at the wrong gate.
Okay. So that's interesting.
So we'll see how that works, though. We'll see how well it works. I don't know.
That's interesting. FaceTime, you can do it over cellular finally. Like, big deal.
Well, I mean, if you were jailbroken.
Yeah, I mean,
do it already.
They should have had that. That's like something that they should have had before. And like they can't make the announcement that they're finally doing something that they should have had like when they first announced it. Like that's not a big deal to me. I'm not impressed by that. The phone sent to voicemail, reply with message.
That's kind of cool. You guys have that, don't you?
Yeah.
What is it?
When somebody calls you on our Android device, you can swipe up and then say just text
Send
them
a
back.
regular text.
Yeah,
like,
and there's
predefined.
There's pre-recorded text messages. I just click it. And
that's cool. I'll like that when that comes out.
Have you ever used it though?
I use it all the time.
Really? Like I can't talk. Or I'm driving or something.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah,
I have it because that's the first thing that pops up because on my phone line I don't have voicemail. I cancel the voicemail. I just don't like people leaving voicemail,
messages. Yeah.
So instead of clicking the red to like send them to voicemail,
because it won't go anywhere.
Yeah, it won't go anywhere. It just hangs up. I just click up and press driving or whatever, you know.
So here, this one says, okay, I missed this, I guess, in the update yesterday. You will be able to add photos and videos to email messages with this new update. Okay. So that's something new.
All right.
And they have VIP inbox, which is just their version of priority inbox. You can note people as VIPs, so their messages are, sort of filtered away, or they show up as a notification on your phone.
Hey, I just found the car holder app thing on Android. I'm installing it.
One second.
Did we lose the camera?
Oh, we lost the camera because...
Oh, man down.
It's okay.
Man down.
We still have that one. All right, so better browsing. I mean, I'm tired of iOS 6 actually.
Yeah, let's move on.
When I see it, I'm sure it'll be cool. We'll
see how it works when it comes out, and if you want to know more about it, check out Apple's website because there are a ton of new features.
Okay.